The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Those words, spoken by Nelson Mandela, echo the spirit of warriors throughout time. History is a vast and intricate tapestry woven with threads of triumph and tragedy. But some stories stand out, illuminated by acts of uncommon valor, men and women who stared death in the face and chose to fight against impossible odds. This is a tribute to those heroes, the ones history remembers and the ones lost to time. These are the stories of ordinary people who, when confronted with extraordinary circumstances, found a reservoir of courage they never knew they possessed. Join us as we journey through the annals of history, reliving moments of extraordinary bravery and reminding ourselves of the potential that lies dormant within us all. Our first story takes us to the battlefields of Korea, a landscape scarred by conflict. It's 1950 and the Korean War rages on. Among the American soldiers fighting in this brutal conflict is a young man named Herbert K. Pililau, a Hawaiian-born soldier facing an unimaginable enemy assault. As waves of enemy soldiers surged forward, threatening to overrun his platoon's position, Pililau, a man of incredible strength and unwavering resolve, took charge. He knew his men were counting on him, his country was counting on him, so he manned a machine gun, mowing down enemy ranks and buying his comrades precious time to regroup. He fought with a fury born of desperation, his body riddled with wounds, yet he refused to yield. He single-handedly held back the enemy for hours, his courage buying time for his unit to regroup. Herbert K. Pililau's actions that day embodied the true spirit of self-sacrifice. He gave his life defending his brothers in arms, etching his name in the annals of military history. From the frozen hills of Korea, we shift our focus to the battlefields of Europe, where another young soldier's name became synonymous with courage under fire. Audie Murphy, a baby-faced Texan who lied about his age to enlist, was a small-town boy thrust into the heart of World War II. What he lacked in physical stature, he more than made up for with grit and determination. In the face of overwhelming enemy fire, Murphy stood his ground, his courage never faltering. During the war's final days, Murphy found himself staring down an entire German company. They had him outnumbered, outgunned, but they didn't have his unwavering spirit. Using a burning tank destroyer as his only cover, he fought for almost an hour, his M1 rifle spitting fire and defiance. Wounded, running low on ammunition, he held his nerve, repelling the enemy advance and saving his men. His actions that day earned him the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration awarded by the US government. Our journey takes us next to the Nazi-occupied Netherlands, where the fight for freedom raged. It's here we meet Leo Major, a French-Canadian soldier who embodied the phrase one-man army. Major, known for his unorthodox tactics and unwavering determination, was a soldier who defied expectations. During Operation Canuck, Major single-handedly captured a German armoured vehicle and its crew, but his most daring feat was yet to come. Tasked with scouting the Dutch city of Zwolle, he decided to liberate it by himself. With nothing but his wits, his rifle and a healthy dose of audacity, he began his one-man assault. He moved through the city like a phantom, creating diversions, taking out patrols, and convincing the occupying German force that a much larger force was attacking. By dawn, Zwolle was free, thanks to the courageous actions of one extraordinary soldier. Shifting our focus to the rugged mountains of Afghanistan, we encounter another tale of incredible bravery. This is the story of Diprasad Pun, a Nepalese soldier serving with the legendary Gurkha Regiment. Known for their ferocity and unwavering loyalty, the Gurkhas have a long and storied history of valor. In 2010, Pun found himself at a remote outpost that came under heavy attack by Taliban insurgents. Outnumbered and outgunned, Pun stood his ground, his courage unwavering. As wave after wave of Taliban fighters assaulted his position, Pun fought back with a ferocity that belied his small stature. He used every weapon at his disposal, from his rifle to grenades, even engaging in hand-to-hand combat. He fought for hours, repelling the enemy attack and saving the lives of his fellow soldiers. His actions that day earned him the conspicuous Gallantry Cross, the second highest award for gallantry in the British Army. Our journey takes us back to the trenches of World War I, where amidst the mud and carnage, one man's actions became the stuff of legend. Alvin York, a devout Christian from Tennessee, grappled with the moral dilemmas of war. He was a pacifist at heart, but duty called him to serve. During the Meuse-Argonne offensive, York found himself leading a small group of soldiers tasked with silencing a German machine gun nest. The odds were stacked against them, but York, driven by a sense of duty and fueled by adrenaline, charged into the fray. Armed with nothing but his rifle and a pistol, he took out one machine gun nest after another, his aim true, his resolve unbroken. When the dust settled, York had single-handedly captured 132 German soldiers, an almost unbelievable feat of courage and tactical brilliance. Our final story takes us back to the beaches of Normandy, where amidst the chaos and carnage of D-Day, one soldier stood apart. Jack Churchill, a British commando with a penchant for the unconventional, was a warrior straight out of the pages of history. Armed not with the modern weaponry of the day, but with a longbow, a broadsword and bagpipes, Churchill charged into battle, his spirit soaring. He believed that any battle, no matter how dire, could be won with a bit of panache and a lot of courage. He stormed ashore on D-Day, playing his bagpipes as bullets whizzed past him. He used his longbow to deadly effect, his broadsword flashing in the sunlight. He was a warrior out of time, a throwback to a bygone era, but his courage inspired all who witnessed it. These are just a few of the countless stories of bravery that grace the pages of history. From the mud of the trenches to the mountains of Afghanistan, these individuals faced down fear and fought for something larger than themselves. Their stories remind us that courage knows no bounds, that ordinary people can achieve extraordinary things when pushed to their limits. It's a reminder that the human spirit, when tempered by adversity, can withstand unimaginable pressure. Which story resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the legacy of these heroes alive.